Recording's working. All right. Hello, everybody. I am Lisa Waxycats, and I am here to talk to you guys about social media and branding. And let me move the screen so I can see your faces. It's so weird, like talking, like I can see all of you at once. It's so much better than like a Facebook Live where you can't see the people you're talking to and you're just like talking to yourselves. So, anyway, I hope you guys brought questions because I like these to be interactive because I'm always, awkward and don't know what to say. But if you have questions, just let me know. I'll answer whatever I can for you guys. So probably my favorite topic besides Scentsy and cats would be social media and branding. With social media, how many of you guys use social media in your business? Although, I mean, I recognize all of you from it, so I'm assuming yes. Okay. I love it so much because you hear all the time people say things like, oh, it's so saturated. There's too many consultants in my area. I'm in a small town and blah, 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 blah. All those excuses, right? Well, social media takes your small town out of it. It doesn't really matter how small your town is because you have the entire world right here at your fingertips. And you can join groups of like interests. You can actually take a moment to socialize with people all over social media and meet new friends that way. Telling people happy birthday is just a kind thing to do, but then it also later on will help you be in their algorithm. Because with social media, one of the most important things to learn as much as you can about, although it's always changing, is algorithm. Because who you talk to and who corresponds with you on there, Facebook keeps, I don't know, some sort of track of that. Because, you can look at how many friends you have. Do you see their posts all the time? No. Like you don't see half of their posts. You probably don't even see 25% of their posts. But if you make an effort to actually talk to people, and I don't mean just for sales because I can't stand that. I mean because you're a decent human and you would like to have interaction with people that you are close enough with to be friends with on Facebook, right? If you make an effort to actually talk to them on social media, your algorithms will somehow merge into each other and you will see each other's posts. They will see yours and you will see theirs. So a lot of times I know people feel like I have all these friends on social media and no one's interacting with me. Well, are you interacting with them? Because if you're not interacting with them, they're probably not seeing what you're sharing. So it's not always about like, oh, they just don't want to interact with what you're doing. They don't like Scentsy. They don't like direct sales. It's not always it's always the bad thing that you're thinking. Sometimes they literally do not see your posts. So on social media, make an effort to be social. That's what it's for. So make an effort to actually talk to people. Spend time getting to know people, spend time in groups of like interests with you so that even if the people you meet don't end up buying Scentsy from you, maybe they'll know someone who does. Maybe they'll know someone who does want Scentsy. Maybe they will be able to refer someone to you. Maybe you'll just make a friend. That has nothing to do with it. Oh, let me close my door real quick. Hold on. My husband just came home. You're home, Billy? Okay. Yeah, I'm talking. I just want to make sure you made it home okay. Because I have major anxiety, so I have to know that he made it home. So maybe you'll just make a friend. Maybe you'll just meet somebody who you really like and then they'll change your life in another way. It doesn't always have to be about what can I get from this person. That's the problem with these type of companies generally, is that's what people are out for. And that's not what Scentsy is about. We're about connections, whether they're buying from you or not. It's caring about actual humans. I mean, look at all the donations that Heidi and Orville do. It's not just to people who buy Scentsy, it's people who need it. So just be a decent human and interact with people and genuinely care about them as humans. You will be surprised how far that gets you. And like I said, sometimes it won't be with this. And it'll be with something else in your life. But it's all worth it. It's all something good. So find ways to interact with people. Find groups with like interests of yours. Now, this is going to kind of merge into branding a little bit here. I don't really know how to separate the two because I have merged them so much. But if you like cats, for example, I'm going to use that because obviously, um, you would obviously be joining groups about cats. So all day long, I'm meeting people and looking at their cats from all over the internet, all over the world, right? Every state, every country. And I know some of these countries are not Scentsy yet, but guess what happens when they are? I'm already going to know people in there, and they're already going to be used to seeing our products because we're growing more and more all the time. I mean, we just added 2 countries, what, a year or two ago, I think it was. So you never know when some of your networking is going to pay off. And remember, this isn't a get rich quick scheme. This isn't something that happens overnight. These aren't relationships, or it's not like you're going to have 1 million people come to follow your page because you joined a group on Facebook and started talking to people. That's not how it works. You have to give it time. You have to really pour yourself into it. And like I said, it can be about so much more than just Scentsy. So it's not like you have to focus your whole life on just this is Scentsy. That's why I suggest finding things that you are also interested in, so that it's not just about one thing. You're enjoying what you're doing as you're doing it. So anyway, as far as the branding merging goes, so I meet a lot of people in cat groups. I join all kinds of cat groups, all different states. It doesn't matter. If it's a cat, I want to see it, right? Well, because my branding is cats, obviously those people are liking what I'm sharing, because I will do in my decor. You can do this with whatever you brand with. You need to find something that when people think of you, when people think of that, they think of you. So like when people see cats, I get things sent to me all day long that are cat pictures, cat memes, cat videos, because when people are seeing cats, they're thinking of me. So it doesn't matter necessarily that they're thinking of Scentsy. They're still keeping me in the front of their brain every time they see a certain thing. So not only when they see Scentsy, but when they see anything cat related. So who do you think that they're going to go to when they do need something Scentsy? Or who do you think they're going to see Scentsy posts of because they are interacting with me? Obviously, obviously. So I'll do cats in my decor, cat pumpkins, my business name in my decor, ugly cats in my decor, all sorts of cats everywhere. So if you can brand yourself with something that can just be in the background of your videos, in a background of your photos, just something that will tie your brand in with your business. Even if it's just your business name, this helps people not steal your photos. This really helps people. And it's not that you don't want to share. Okay. That's another thing with algorithm. I told you it's going to be like mixed because the two are like the same to me. But algorithm, if something is shared 1,000,000 times, Facebook starts to see it as spam, or they start to see it as something that the masses have already seen, and they want to keep your attention because they want to keep you on that app. So if it's a photo that 1,000 other people have shared, it starts to get lowered in the feed. It just isn't going to be put in people's feed as often because it's already been played out according to Facebook. So when you change your photo and you use something that no one else is going to use because it has your business name in it, your photos are not going to be marked as spam. They're not going to be played out. They're not going to be shared by the masses. That's going to give you a higher algorithm. So that's what I'm talking about with the branding and social media kind of going in one. If you can do something that really signifies your brand in your photos, it's going to help your algorithm at the same time. So it's kind of doing multiple things. It's helping your algorithm. It's helping people think of you more often. It's opening doors to who you have connections with because it's another interest, right? So it's kind of all mixed in. But I'm telling you guys, social media can be one of your biggest free places to go and network and meet people. Literally, you can share a photograph and use some hashtags. Well, then anytime someone searches that hashtag, your photo is going to come up in that list. There are so many things that you can do, especially when we do things like Disney. We're allowed to use Disney hashtags. So you can use Disney and Scentsy. You can do Disneyland, Disney World, whatever character it is, Beauty and the Beast, like there's so many, Enchanted Rose, like there's so many different hashtags that will go with each one of those products that you can throw in your posts, even if it's not just all in the same post, just multiple posts about that are going to connect you with people who are looking for that hashtag. So I'm telling you guys, hashtags, keeping your presence on social media, it takes a second to post. And I know not everyone can post from work. I'm pretty blessed with having the reins to do whatever I need to at work with my business, but I know a lot of people aren't. And I do not think scheduled posts work as well as live posts, because Facebook can tell you're not on. Facebook wants you on to interact with your viewers. So what I've been doing is I will create the post that I want to share, say at noon, and I'll put it in my notes. I'll have the photo ready in my photo album. And then all I have to do is go in and copy and paste and post. Then it's a live post on Facebook. It's not scheduled, so it doesn't look like just another one of the masses trying to stay relevant on there. It's actually a live post. And I don't have to do anything other than copy and paste. So create your post ahead of time in your notes on your phone, or in wherever you can leave notes, and then you just copy and paste, post it, and then you're done. Do it while you go to the bathroom at work. It doesn't have to be something that you're just going to sit there and do for an hour. Just get it up and get it out there, and do it multiple times a day. And it does not always have to be Cincy. Mine mostly is, because that's just what I do. And if people don't like it, they don't have to follow me. So along with social media comes, I guess, I don't know, thick skin. You have to realize that not everybody is going to like what you're doing. And I mean, I honestly have never had anyone be rude, but I have heard horror stories from people for sharing their business. There's always going to be those people. Like, they're always going to be those people, no matter what you do. There's going to be somebody who doesn't like it, but you have to get over that. And you have to realize that this is your business. And if you want it to grow, you're going to need to get yourself out there. You're going to need to market. You're going to need to make a presence on social media if that's the way you want to go with it. And I can tell you, for me, it's the easiest way, because I don't personally want to be in person with people all day long. That's why I don't do on hand. I don't do events. I don't do any of that, because I don't want to be there in person with anybody, to be honest. So that's just how that is. That's just blatantly honest. So don't worry about what other people think. You're not in their inbox. I don't suggest spamming people's inboxes. I don't like any of those things. I don't like the challenges. I know they work for some people. I don't like it. So as long as I am not in somebody's inbox, their text messages, their emails, blowing them up all the time, I will share whatever the fluff I want on my page, because it's my page and they don't have to be there. And I have to look at their kids. And I'm not a fan of kids, right? I'm not. I like mine. But Amber. So if I have to look at other people's stuff, they can look at mine, or they can not follow the page. It's that simple. It's not a hard feelings or anything. Just don't worry so much about if you lose a follower or gain a follower. Just do what makes you happy. Do what brings you joy. And that is why I share Cincy probably 90% on my page, because that is what makes me happy. That's what brings me joy. Oh, and make your posts public. Make them public. And if you start to get if you have high activity on your page, I would switch your page over to professional mode. Professional mode is free. It allows people to follow you. But when they follow you, they don't have to be your Facebook friend. So they can see everything that you post publicly. But if you make a post for just friends, your followers cannot see that unless they are your friend as well. So if you're worried about certain things, I know there's some people who don't want other people to find them on the internet, things like that. That's fine. You don't need to make your personal posts public. You can just make your business post public. And if they're not public, how are you going to meet new people? I mean, you're going to meet new people, obviously, of course, in groups, things like that. But how are you going to meet the masses? Because if your posts are not public and you're using hashtags, The only people who are going to see that when they search for a hashtag is friends of yours that search for that hashtag that probably already seen your post anyway. So you need to have a public presence on social media. It really does make a huge difference. What else do I got here? Oh, and for me, and anything that you do, any branding that you do, almost anything, honestly, you're going to be able to use things like puns and catchy little word plays and things like that that grabs people's attention, because when they're reading and they see a word that's not what they're expecting to come next, it kind of hooks them. It kind of makes them keep reading, and then they're kind of looking for those little nuggets in your posts. Like, what pun are you going to use? These people really like things like that. They like to laugh. They like animals. They like things that make them happy. So honestly, anything like that you can incorporate in and create a brand for yourself along with the Scentsy brand. I mean, literally, I brand everything. My shirt, I got the Waxycats necklace, I got cats on my fingernails, everything. I mean, cat ears, everything. And I realize not everything you brand yourself with is going to be that easy to incorporate. It depends on what it is. But find something that are going to make people think of you, not just when it's about Scentsy, but when it's about something else also. Something that is always going to keep you in the front of their mind. And the more popular it is, the better. I mean, there are people who use Highland cows, which are everywhere, right? There are people who use flamingos, which are rather popular as well. So just find something that is you, that you truly enjoy, so that you can have fun with it. Because I genuinely love the whole cat thing. Like, I have so much fun finding cat stuff, or finding little things like this little cat fits on top of my diffuser, my little haunted house diffuser, right? Like, Amber did it too. See, like, it's just fun. So it doesn't always have to be about work, or am I going to make a sale, or this or that. I'm just having fun over here. Like, I'm literally just having fun creating, pictures and warming fragrances I like, and finding cat crap to buy. Like, I'm just over here having fun, and it happens to make money too. And if you do that, you're never even going to feel like you're working. Like, I want to do Scentsy all the time. Honestly, I do. That's what I enjoy doing. I come home from work and I take a nap, because I am a cat. And then after my cat nap, I get up and I want to take pictures, and I want to do things like that because I enjoy it. So find something that you love in this business so much, that you enjoy doing so much, that it doesn't feel like work to you. And if there's something you really hate doing, I know this is probably going to be completely opposite of what most people would tell you, but if there's something you really hate doing, don't do it. Do something else. There are other things to do that aren't going to make you dread doing it. I mean, this is supposed to be about having fun, making friends, growing as a human, all the things. It's not supposed to be about dreading things. So, I mean, there are some tasks that, you might not really be able to let go of. Like, say you hated follow-up. You probably should still do it, but set a timer and be like, you know what, today I'm going to take 5 minutes out of my day, and I'm going to rush follow up with as many people as I can, and just get it done. That's really all you have to do. Just get it done quickly, and then move on to the things that you enjoy doing, so that you can enjoy this so much that it doesn't feel like work anymore. So how many of you guys use a VIP group? No? Do you do, Ray? Yeah. Okay. Anita does.
Yeah,
Todd,
I do.
you do?
Yeah.
Nicole, do you use a VIP group? Yeah. So if you're doing that and they're closed, they're private groups, still make sure that you share something on your main page in a public post about anything that's coming up. And like I said, it doesn't have to be constant, but you need to get new people into that group. And I can tell you, if I had I don't have a VIP group. I don't do that. Everything's on my main Facebook page. But if I had stayed with a closed VIP group and I didn't share on my main page because I thought I would annoy people, I would not have the customer base that I do, because the people that I would have added to my VIP group versus the people I wouldn't have, the people I wouldn't have added never would have bought anything from me, because they never would have seen it. So make sure you keep a public presence as well, so that you are able to gain new people to add to your VIP groups. What time is it? I don't want to go over, you guys. All right. I post on
So,
both. Cross posts. Yes, cross posting works. What, Amber?
so I was just going to say about VIP groups. So I don't do a VIP group, but I do run a business page.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like through the meta universe,
Yep.
because that's how they want things done. Um, so I do that, and I can tell you, like I've been running that as long as I've been on Facebook and sold Cincy. And I can tell you that there are a lot of cricket posts. Nobody says anything. But I can tell you that people are seeing it because they're messaging me, they're in my inbox, they're texting me.
Mm.
So even if you are running a business group or a VIP group, um, yes, like Lisa said, share it on your personal page, because you have to. I mean, there's a lot of times like I forget to post on my personal page a lot about my business. And then when I do, I get all of these random people that have never ordered from me before. And I'm like, oh yeah, because I forget to post on my actual Facebook page, because I stay so focused on just putting everything on my business page. Um,
Is your
so
business public? Is it one of the pages that people can like, right? Or like or
yes,
okay.
yes,
Okay.
yeah, uh, yeah, and but I don't do a group, um, or a VIP group, just because I feel like group pages a lot of times people like they don't want to see it, they feel like they're trapped in that group. And
Mhm.
so I just that's why I don't run one. But it is funny that you mentioned, post on your actual individual page, because like I said, I don't do that a lot. Now I do post to my story every single day, and most days it has something Scentsy related in it. But on my actual news feed on my personal page, I often forget to put Scentsy things on there. And like I said, when I do, it's crazy the amount of increased orders that I get from people that have never bought from me before. And my personal page is public also. So I mean, everything that I have is public, and everybody under the sun can find me. Um, I used to have it set to private a long time ago, back whenever I first started, but then I was like, and anytime I get like a weird comment from, you get all the military people, the widowed men absolutely are all trying to follow me. But anytime I get like that follower, that like, or that friend in request from those people, if you just go ahead and block them, it automatically blocks every account they're associated with. So yeah, just do that. Don't let them linger on your page either, because that's how a lot of people get hacked, is they let those creepers linger on their page. So sorry,
Yeah.
just had to throw that out there.
No,
Okay, go
good. I like the interaction. I don't like you just sitting here and talk to yourself. um,
ahead. I do have another question for you. So you were talking about commenting on other people's stuff to boost your algorithm. So for a new consultant that's watching this, how often or how many people a day would you say they need to be interacting with?
I mean, honestly, you could do 5, you could do 10. All you have to do is just scroll through your feed and say something on their posts, which I mean, we should be doing anyway, right? Because it's social media. That's the point. So if it's their birthday, tell them happy birthday. If they post a cute picture, tell them it's a cute picture. Whatever. It doesn't have to be like something that's going to take all day to do. You could literally just be like, okay, I'm scrolling Facebook anyway. The next 5 friends that pop up, I'm going to make a point to say something on their post. I have heard, and I don't know for sure about this, but I always try, that 3 words are the magic thing. At least 3 words in a comment. So I try to say something like, but I mean, that is so cute. That's 4 words. Like, it doesn't have to be like some detailed thing. So I would say as many as you have time for, but as long as you're scrolling Facebook, if you see somebody's post, comment on it.
Yeah.
So, if you want a number, do 10 a day, 5 a day, 5 or 10 a day. But otherwise, if you're just randomly scrolling, I mean, you're kind of just like window shopping otherwise. Like, talk to people, like, it's social media. Be social while you're on there. And you can
Right.
do anywhere. That's the thing. Like, you can be going to the bathroom. It doesn't matter. You can poop and post. Nobody knows. Like, It's not like you're not on your phone anyway when you're pooping. Like you are, you are. So, I mean, otherwise, what are you reading the back of a shampoo bottle? I mean, you're doing something in there. Read your Facebook. Read your
Right.
comment to people. Oh, and I've also heard, and I do it, and my algorithm is fairly good. A lot of consultants do follow me, but here's the thing: my customers are still seeing my post because, like Amber said, I'm getting messages from them. So a lot of them don't comment on my posts for some reason, which honestly is fine for me because I don't really want everyone to know who my customers are. And I do have people who have multiple consultants in their family, and they don't necessarily want those other people to know who they buy from, right? So a lot of mine will just message me. But when other consultants or people who aren't even ever going to buy anything comment on your post, it still increases your algorithm. Every time you get a comment, it bumps it up in the post or bumps it up in the feed. So if you even have friends who are willing to go back and forth with you, when someone comments on your post, reply to it. Just reply to it. Sometimes it takes me a long time, but I try to reply at least to a lot of them. And you have to keep in mind, Facebook does this stupid thing now where it only shows like the most relevant comments, and it's deciding what's relevant, okay? Not me.
Right.
So
Yeah.
if your post has comments, go to it and change that to all comments and then scroll through the comments. Because I was ignoring a lot of people that I didn't even realize I was ignoring because Facebook wasn't showing me their comments.
Yeah.
Also, you have an other inbox on Facebook, and you have a spam inbox on Facebook. You have two, not just one, where your message requests go to. There are two. So 99% of the time, messages from people go to my, that I'm not friends with, go to my spam. They don't go to my other inbox that we're used to kind of keeping an eye on. No, they go to that other one. So the spam other one. So make sure you're checking all of your inboxes also. And then to touch on what Amber said about like an actual business page, I do have one of those as well. And those are always public, right? So the reason I have it is because it allows me to be a Google business also. So if you Google Waxycats, if that's all somebody remembers, that's going to be the first thing that pops up is my Facebook business page, the page that you like and follow. So if you create a business page, you can set it to auto post. Like every time I post on Instagram, it automatically posts on my Facebook business page. So I never actually on that page. I don't ever go to that page. Sometimes I forget it's even there, but it is continuing to get posted to and continuing to get interaction occasionally because those don't get as much, but it's getting something because it is being posted to when I post to Instagram. So it's not extra work. It's just set up to link now that Meta owns everything. And so that will help you as far as like, for instance, my license plate on my car says Waxycat. Well, if somebody sees it and they're like, what is that? And they Google it, that's going to be the first thing that pops up. So you want a business page, if for nothing else, so that you're a Google business. And then like Google will send me an email once a month telling me how crappy my page does. But it'll do something to tell you. And I don't put anything into it. You can update your photos on your Google business. If you go look, I think one of the most recent bars on mine is like Homestead Holiday. And that was like before I retired, not like when it came back as a special. It was a long time ago. So I don't really do much with it, but I do still see that it gets so many clicks a month. Now that could be where those random PWS orders come from too. I don't know. I don't know what, where they come from for sure. But the business page will still allow you to be a Google business. So even if you only create one just to post on it very rarely, that's fine. Just have one so that you're also a Google business. And what else? I was going to say something else about that. But anyway, any social media that you can do, the better. I am not a TikTok thing. I try. I suck at TikTok. I think I have like 100 followers. Like it's or like 140. I don't know. I don't know how to do all that. But if you can do the TikTok, if you can do all the reels, and I've gotten better with reels. So practice do. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Practice doing multiple types of content. So I seen your question, Nicole. I'll answer it. Well, if I can figure out how to pull it back up. Oh wait, there we go. If you can do multiple types of content like stories, reels, videos, which I totally suck at because I don't go live for anybody except for you guys. Like I consultants only. That's as much as I have the ability to do right now. I don't know why, but that so I don't really do videos that much, but you do stories, reels, videos, and posts. Your posts should have, sometimes they should have photos, sometimes they shouldn't, like just a mixture of things. So do all the types of content that it allows you to do. And like I said, if you are busy and you do not have time to sit on Facebook and post all day, that's fine. Create what you're going to share in your notes on Word, on Excel, or whatever you use to keep your stuff together. Copy and paste it and post it, and then you can get right back off Facebook. It doesn't even have to be something that you're going to stay all day on there doing. Just keep a presence on there all day. Now let me see what Nicole said.
I'll read it to you.
Okay.
Because it won't show up in the video if we don't. So, Lisa, how in the world do you come up with your unique post about our wax? Chat GPT? Question mark.
No, I don't like Chat GPT. I don't know why. Oh, there's a tail. Amber's got a tail. No, I'm not a fan of Chat GPT. I don't know why. I think I just don't understand it that much, but people do use it, and it can be very helpful. I mean, it can come up with words and different ways to describe things that you might not ever have thought of. I am going to show my age. I use a thesaurus. Yeah. You guys are so mean. You're all laughing.
Not showing your age, because I cannot tell you how many times I pull up the thesaurus on my phone.
Yes.
Because I have advanced to using it on my phone now. And I just can't, I'm like, another word for this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I want something different and unique that is going to, people are going to be like, I haven't heard that word in forever. Or what is that word even? Like, so I like to do the thesaurus. Or even you can even like Google what's another word for excited. Like it doesn't even have to be, you know what I mean? You don't even have to go Chat GPT. Just what are you wanting to say? And then Google a different way to say it. Like that's how I do it. But I for some reason, I've always loved English and done things like that in school. And I like to create writings like that. So that's why I think I don't really like Chat GPT. Because I do want to do it. Like I enjoy doing that part of it. I do use AI photos. I use Bing AI, and I'll do something weird. Like I'm doing the P Kitty series where it's P Diddy as a cat. Okay. And he's all the things he's been arrested with and all the stuff. Okay. So I'm doing this little P Kitty series, and I use Bing AI to create photos of a cat with like chains and glasses on, and he's all gangster looking, and he's in jail and all this stuff. So you can do things that kind of go with your branding, right? And you can go to AI and make something not even Cincy related, but it's still, for me, it's still P Kitty as a cat. So I do use AI. I just don't use Chat GPT.
So are you against chat GPT, or are you just saying you just don't use it?
No, I'm not. I mean, if it works for you and helps you, then yeah, use it. I use it. I have noticed sometimes that some of my team will use it and they'll be like, it's saying this about our wax, but is that true? And it's not. So you do need to watch, like if you're going to have it create an entire post for you, read it because it could very well be out of compliance based on what it's giving you. But yeah, I think one of the posts said something about like you can eat it or something, and that's not. Yes, the product training guide that Amber has up.
This is my shameless plug right here for the product training guide. We'll give you beautiful things to type about our products that you can add right to your post.
Yes, it will. And the descriptions on the website, change them up a little bit.
Yes.
Just read it and reword it. That's really all that you need to do, because a lot of people have probably copy and pasted that little blurb on from the website, right? But if you change it up a little bit, yours is still different. So it's not going to be thrown in with the masses that everybody else used. So also, as far as flyers go, I am a no-go on flyers. I do not like flyers. I don't like them at all. If I do a flyer, it is going to be a custom flyer. It's not going to be a flyer that is shared by anybody else because it's going to have my cat on it, or it's going to have me with cat ears on it, or it's going to have some cat on it, right? It's going to have something. So I appreciate all the people who make the flyers, because in a bind or in a story, sometimes they are cool just to throw up there to give you, give out all the information quickly. But if you're going to use flyers a lot in your business, I wouldn't. But if you're going to, I would at least create your own that only you are using. So that's another thing to keep algorithm up, because I feel like flyers look like ads. And I don't really want to be sold to on Facebook. I want to look at pretty things and I might want it, but I don't want it to be like I'm looking at a newspaper ad all day long on Facebook. So if you're going to do flyers, make them funny, make them cute, make them personalized, make them not like an ad. So anybody else have questions? You guys are supposed to talk to me.
I guess, if you guys want me to, I can turn off the recording if you guys have questions that you don't want recorded. If anybody wants to do that, we can do that. Or we can leave the recording going while you ask questions. It's kind of up to you guys.
And you guys can always message me and ask me anything also if you don't want to ask on here. Also, for the people watching the replay, you can message me and ask whatever you want. It might take me a minute to get back there. I do get a ton of messages, but I will get back to you. I do miss messages. Ask Ray. I miss messages. And then I go and I'm like telling him good morning for like 2 days in a row, because I'm like, my inbox blows up sometimes. And that is something you do need to make time for if you're going to have a big presence on social media. I'm still working on getting there. I'm trying to get time for it, but you can only do so much in a day. And keep it fun. Like, that's the main thing I can tell you guys. I know this is about social media and branding, but if this isn't fun to you, and if it's only about making money, then when you have a bad month, or you have a bad week, or you have a bad year, businesses go up and down, you're going to want to bail. And I see so many people bail and they go to like styled companies that are just not, I'm sorry, but they do not compare. They do not compare. And I'm like, what are you wasting your time doing that for? That is not going to work. But it's so easy to be like, oh, look, my friend joined this business and she's doing so great. She only joined 2 weeks ago. Okay. What was it like when you joined? You were full of excitement and passion, and you were sharing and you were talking about it and you were so excited and happy, and that drew people to you. And then you stopped doing that. And then your business stopped doing that. So instead of jumping onto the next shiny thing over there, that's going to go great for you at first because you're going to be excited and you're going to be sharing it and all the things, why don't you just bring that passion back to where you already are, where you already have a foundation, where you already have customers? And you know what? Your customers, when you switch from this wax brand to that wax brand, they're going to be like, okay, so did she lie to us about this?
Right. She sells everything now.
Yeah. Like, and I thought that was the absolute best. Like, why is she not selling that? She's selling this. It just is not a good look. It's also not a good look when you're selling 18 different things because you're not a flea market. I'm sorry. I know that's harsh and I know people need money right now, but put your all into something and grow it big to where you don't need 15 other things, because what you have is working for you. But there's no way to do multiple things at 100%. Like, it's not possible. So put all your passion and might into this the way you did when you were new, and watch it act like you were new. Like, because that's what's going to happen when you go somewhere else. Like, I see that mistake so often, or people just wanting to split their time, and you're going to kind of, half cat butt that and half cat butt that, and it's not gonna pan out. It's not. And then people learn to not trust you because they don't understand why you're doing that now, if this is so good. And then people are Like, well, why would I want to join that if you moved over to that, if you're doing both? Like, it's just, no, it's not a good look. It's just not. Okay.
Yeah.
Can't,
I do
I
I
need
do want to add to the whole social media thing. Sorry.
no, go
Um, you were talking about, be excited and passionate and all those things. Also, don't be negative on your social media.
ahead.
Yes, everyone is entitled to their own opinion. And, I say this about my house rules and my business rules are the same. Don't talk about church. Don't talk about politics. There are certain things you just cannot post and people not have a strong opinion about. So, I mean, I like strong opinions about pumpkin spice or apple. Those are the strong opinions that we want. Especially this time of year, stay away from politics on social media. Don't, I mean, yes, everyone is entitled to their own opinion, and yes, you should be able to share those things, but it just gets heated. And so just try and just stay positive out there with everyone, and just focus on blessing people instead of trying to tear people down.
And you're being a source of positivity that nobody else is being right now. And keep in mind, I am very opinionated politics wise, and I will comment on things that I know other people can see, and that's fine. But I'm not going to share on my page who I'm voting for, just because there are some people who think if you like one side or the other, that you're just a terrible person. And I can tell you that's not true, because I don't really like either of them that much. Okay. I think one is better than the other, but I don't think either of them are great. Right. And I don't agree with everything that particular person I do go towards does at all. But people are not capable of realizing that. And so it just creates a bad blood that doesn't really need to be there, because you may
Right.
agree on the same things that you don't like about that person or that person, but you're never going to get that far with some people. They're never going to listen to you because you like that person, period. Like, it doesn't matter why. So I personally stay away from it. Like I said, I know people can see what you comment on. So if they see it, they see it, whatever. I'll comment on things, but I'm not going to blatantly blow it up in my feed and irritate a bunch of people. And I have had multiple consultants be like, well, I'm not going to tone down who I am for anything. Okay, cool. Don't. But you're not going to have a thriving business so much if you don't have some sort of boundaries. It does not, I mean, I don't know about you, but when people say that to me, I think, so all you are is your Facebook? Like, that's all you are in life? You're not able to tone that down and not be you? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever, because I'm a whole lot more than my Facebook profile. So if I choose not to post something on there, that doesn't mean that I'm like turning against my beliefs and my values and all that. No, it's my Facebook, people.
Right.
Like, it's
Right.
come on. So
Yeah.
it just depends on what works for you. But I agree also, I will post things about God because that's just what I believe in, and I won't ever deny God for a business or anything like that, because that's my personal belief. But I don't post it to where I like make my atheist friends feel like I'm trying to convert them with my Facebook wall. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I mean, I will never deny it, but you don't need to blow things up either. There's like a happy medium that you can be and still be you and have a successful business that doesn't offend everybody. Because I don't know about you guys, but when I see a business take a strong stance towards something, even if it's something I agree with, I'm like, why did they do that? Why couldn't they just be coffee? Why couldn't they just be cookies? Why couldn't they just be popcorn? Why do you have to do that? And some people love that they do that. So I guess that's why they do, but I'm just saying, whatever decision you make, it may not be right or wrong, but it's potentially going to lose people that would have been in your corner otherwise. So, and you have to think about the people who do buy from you because you're you. And they're going to continue buying from you because you're you. But the new people that you are networking and bringing to your page by meeting people in groups and commenting on other people, on other creators' posts and things like that, they don't have a loyalty to you. So you piss them off and they're gone. They don't care. So you really just have to kind of keep that in a happy medium spot. And I
Mhm.
said something, right? Where am I at? I talk much differently at work than I do online. Yes, exactly. I do too. There are definitely things that I would not say online that I say at work, or, well, I mean, there's a lot of things that I won't even do on here in front of that do not on here, so it kind of just depends,
Yeah.
you gotta watch
Know
it.
your audience.
Yes,
That's the thing. Know your audience. I mean, most of you guys, I'm gonna stop the recording here. Sorry. Maybe. Yeah. Okay.